Good morning, guys. I was woken up early this morning, but I was studying Judges, and there's a story about this guy having to pretty much sacrifice his daughter. And it's tragic. It's a tragic story because it didn't even have to happen. And that's how the Bible is, though. It doesn't like hold back on the stories in there. If something's tragic or horrible, the Bible doesn't hide it. But there's this guy named Jephthah, and he's kind of a rough guy. Like his life was not easy. As he was growing up, becoming a man, he was kind of like rejected by the people around him. But he leaves, men start to gather around him, and then comes this point, and this would probably be something you could look at later, but the tribe of Israel, God rescued them, saved them, and they go right back and do some of the most horrible things like they used to do. And they fell right back. But at this point in the book, they're coming back to God. They're trying to do the right thing. And they go to Jephthah and they say, hey, you're like a warrior guy. Can you go and conquer these enemies? We're repenting from all the stuff we've done wrong. And Jephthah's, I think he's kind of like, all right. And he just tells them like, yeah, I'll do it. Am I going to be the ruler if I win? And they said, yeah, or the judge. The Judges is the book that we're in. So they're called Judges. But he goes off and he's like on his way and he makes a vow. And I just want to point something out. God is the one guiding him to victory. He's on his way to win because God is with him. God has forgiven his people. But Jephthah makes a vow. And his vow is, it's like a strong one. When I return home in peace, whatever passes the threshold of my house first, or whatever comes out to greet me first, that I will sacrifice to you, God. And it's tragic because, like I said, his daughter's the first one to come out. She comes out, she greets him. But I was just like in my head, like, what was he thinking? Like, anybody could have come out. He didn't have to make that vow. And as I was reading that, I was reminded of in Genesis chapter 2, it's the curse that we get because sin happened to Adam and Eve. And this curse, God tells Adam something. He says, by the sweat of your face, you will eat bread. And I am reminded of this many times. Like that curse mentality is that you have to earn it. You got to work hard. Even though God was on his way with him to have a victory, he felt like he had to earn it. And it blows me away because it costs him his daughter. Like, she wasn't even married or anything. And it's tragic. There's another guy in the Bible who commits kind of something similar, except it doesn't end in tragedy. And that's Saul. God's given him a victory. They're conquering. Their enemies are actually on the run from him. And he makes a vow. He says, we're not going to eat until we slay every single enemy, till we get the victory. And his son happens to be the soldier who ends up seeing honey on the side of the little trail and he takes honey and eats it. And in that story, though, the people rescued his son. But I just wanted to say, like, is there anything in your life that you're trying to give up to God because you want to earn his love, earn his forgiveness? You know, Jesus paid the price. It's free to you. There's a lot of things that God wants to bless us with. And always, God wants us on that forward momentum into like blessings. And he's with us. You don't have to make a crazy vow, you know, God rescue me and I'll never do that again, you know. And it's like, I'm sure God's like, okay, you know, you don't have to make that vow. I don't know, it's a crazy story. That's my take on it. That's what I got from it, is like, what am I putting on the altar that I don't have to put on the altar? Because God does want to bless me. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.